guys, today we are going to compute compound interest. This is interest you earn in a savings account during an interest period, I'll stand next to this, that is added to your account. So we calculate the interest and then we add it back into our account balance. Your new balance is used to calculate the next interest for the next interest period, the interest period after that, and so on. So your money is like a little snowball. You start pushing it down the hill, it starts adding and adding and adding, and it gets bigger and bigger before in the end it is a giant pile of money. Compound interest earns interest not only on the original principal, but also on the interest earned during the previous interest periods, earning interest on interest. Adding interest to an initial principal, thus forming a new and larger principal in the next period, is the procedure for computing compound interest. The first step in computing compound interest is to use the formula. The amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. Again, the amount is the balance in the account at the end of the interest period. So you let the time go, boom, calculate the interest. When you have the amount, you do a series of simple interest computations. To find the compound interest, you find the difference between the amount in the account and the original principal. The formula is compound interest is equal to amount minus original principal. Okay, for example, our buddy Jamal put $1,000 in a savings account. It earns 6% compounded quarterly. So you guys, there's some calculations that we need to know monthly. Quarterly. Daily. All right, how many months are in a year? There's 12. So anytime we do our interest calculation and we're doing months, we're going to put a divide by 12 in there. How many quarters are in a dollar? 4. That's the quarter part. So there are 4 quarters in a year. If there are 12 months, how many months is 1 quarter? Mikey says 3. That is right. So when we're doing our quarter calculation, we are going to divide, because they're going to give us the interest rate for the entire year, and we're going to have to divvy it up. If we're getting paid every quarter, then we divvy it up for quarters. And then how many days are in a year? And we're going to pretend like leap years don't exist. So every time we do a little calculation, we're going to get punched a little bit in the face with monthly, quarterly, or daily. All right, so he's getting, his interest is compound quarterly. The more you compound your interest, the more money the account makes. So the more interest periods you can get within a year, the higher interest you earn. He made no other deposits or withdrawals. What was the amount in the account at the end of the year? How much is the compound interest? All right, so we're going to calculate the interest and the amount for each quarter. So 1 year is 4 quarters. So we're going to do the compound interest calculation 4 times. Let's see. So simple interest, you multiply everything together. The principal, the interest rate, and then the time. So for us, we're going to calculate 1 quarter. So it goes $1,000 times 6% times 1 quarter. But then we have to divide by 4 because the interest rate is per year. After 1 quarter, we make $15. Sarah. She's the IT lady. Love her. We then take that $15 and add it to our original amount. So now instead of this $1,000, we have $1,000.15 in our account. We take the $1,015, so now we're on second quarter. We take the $1,015, and you guys, simple interest, just multiplying everything together. For 1 quarter, but we have to divide by 4 so that we're taking into account the quarters. We make $15.23. We then add that into our 1,015. So now after 2 quarters, our balance in our account is $1,030.23. We have done no physical labor. We have made no phone calls. We have done nothing to earn this money except let our money sit in the account. This is how beautiful it is. And again, I know you go, well, oh God, $30, whatever, that's nothing. If somebody said, every quarter I'm going to give you, every 3 months I'm going to give you $15, would I say no thank you? I'd be like, yeah, let's get some money in here. Third quarter, so you guys remember we have to go for a full year, so that's 4 quarters. Third quarter, we take the $1,030.23. Again, interest is multiplying it together. So you take your numbers and you multiply them together, times it by 1 quarter, divided by 4 because it is a quarter. And now we're making $15.45. So we went from making just $15 for our first quarter, a little bit more, $15.23. Now we're making $15.45. We make a little bit more money every time because we're adding in that interest. So then we go ahead and add that to our $1,030.23. We get $1,045.68. One more calculation, you guys, promise. Take that, times it by 6%, multiply by 1, divide by 4 for the quarters. Now we made $15.69. Add that to our $1,045.68. Boom. At the end of the year, we started with $1,000. Now we have $1,061.37. So we want to calculate our compound interest. We take the $1,061.37, minus out what we originally put in, and we see we have made $61.37 doing nothing. Imagine if you were adding $50 every time. So not only do you add the interest, but then you can add $50 each time. We're going to do that calculation next week in 5.8. So this is just throwing money in and letting it sit for you and shuffling it off to Buffalo. Like, it's making you money. It's amazing. All right, so let's do a couple of these calculations together. Our buddy Liz, this time she's putting $2,000 into a savings account. It pays 8% compounded quarterly, so that means we're going to divide by 4 each time. That's this guy right here. And they may do this little table. I would recommend using a table when you're in the zone of calculating this compound interest. Use something similar to this table. Okay, so we're going to do almost exactly the same thing. We're going to put our work here, and then our answers here, and here. All right, so get your calculators ready. We will be calculating these all together. So the first one is done for us. We take the 2,000, we times it by 8%, times it by 1. Do you have to do that times 1 step in your calculator? Negativo. You can just divide by 4 right off the bat. In fact, when I am showing my work, I just put divided by 4 right there. I don't put the 1 over 4. You check that in your calculator, you get $40. Oh, we got our peeps. Okay, Maddie, Jesse, and Lola, you guys get ready with your calculators. We will give Maddie the easy one. We have $2,000 originally. We make $40 our first quarter. how much is in our account. While Maddie's calculating that, I will fix my attendance. Maddie, you gotta come back to me, sister. You cannot walk away from your computer while we're doing class. All right, Jesse, I'll give you the easy one. Go ahead and what's 2,000 plus 40? And then Kaylin, what do we get for interest on our third quarter? Yeah, now that we're making more than adult, we're making 41 instead of 40, which killing it. Okay. So then, Emma, can you add those two together for me? So we add these two together, 2,080.8 plus $41.62. These two. $2,122.42. Yay! So then we take that here, 2,122.42 times it by the 8%, divided by the 4. Mikey, what do we get?
42.45.
And then, Noah, you're going to add those two together for us. $21.22, $2,122.42 plus $42.45. $2,184, and 87. Okay, and then the last question is calculate the compound interest. So this will be you. So we have in our account chilling right now $2,164.87. What did we put in originally?
2,000.
Yeah, 2,000. So we subtract that out. I mean, I think you need a calculator for that, right? Uh-huh. So we've made, in 1 year, we've made $164.87. And what have we done? Nothing. We've done nothing to earn it. It's just giving our money. This is why rich people are rich, because they can get their money to earn the money for them. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. And then you have to pay taxes on it, though, but that's fine. We talk about that later. Okay, you guys, go ahead and shuffle off, do these practice assignments. I will bracket with you guys. Here's the answers to 3 through 8. Here is number 9. Here is the amount. And the interest earned is $48.27. Okay, so we skipped number 10, and the answer to number 11 is $9,953.80. All right, so here's the answers to 11 through 15. Make sure you guys pause, stop, write all these down. Look at all the work that goes into doing this. Make sure you have the same.